Hey there guys, welcome to another edition of Time About the Movies. We're still in the midst of May 1989. Still a couple of weeks away from blockbuster season, so we only got two movies to look at today, but unlike last week, these two movies have a following in some way, shape, or form. First up, the third pairing of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder in See No Evil, Hear No Evil. So as I said, this is the third pairing between Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, the first being Silver Streak in 1976, which the director of that movie also directed this movie. And then you had Stir Crazy in 1980. And then this is the first movie they did together in 9 years, and they would pair up again 2 years later for Another You, which was not a big hit at the box office, but we'll get to that one when we get to 1991. But See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Of course, the gimmick here is that Richard Pryor is playing a blind man and Gene Wilder is playing a deaf guy. And this is certainly nowhere near the greatness of Stir Crazy or even something like Silver Streak, but it is still a fun movie. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder worked together very well. They were pretty much the 80s equivalent of a comedy duo. Like, whenever they made a movie, they could make it work, regardless whether or not the movie ends up being as good or not. But this movie really was not. It kind of follows a generic plot. If you can kind of figure out where it's going to go almost immediately. And but like I said, Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor make it work. The comedy in here can work really well. I like their pairing together. I like Kevin Spacey a lot in this movie. I like Joan Severance. Alan North plays the captain in this movie. He's very good. And you could tell the movie, I think if Gene Wilder had more control over the script, I know he rewrote the original script beforehand, but I think if he actually had a hand in writing the script more, maybe this could have worked out a lot better. But yeah, overall, overall a good movie. Not one of the better Pryor and Wilder pairings. It's still got a lot of moments that I'd say it's worth a watch if you like the other pairings between him and these two, Silver Streak and Stir Crazy, but it's definitely not on those same levels. So overall, good movie, but could have been a whole lot better. So let's go ahead and move on to the second comedy that came out this weekend, the cult hit Earth Girls Are Easy. Imagine being Gina Davis and you just won the Academy Award for The Accidental Tourist, and then this is your next movie that comes out after that. I mean, talk about a difference between The Accidental Tourist and Earth Girls Are Easy. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because this movie was a ton of fun. I had a blast watching this movie. It is so ridiculous. It is so over the top. It's so ridiculously stupid, but it knows it's stupid. It knows what it's trying to be. It knows what it is. And I just found it really hilarious. You got Gina Davis, you got Julie Brown, you got Jeff Goldblum, you've got Jim Carrey, you've got Damon Wayans. I mean, what more do you need, man? And Jeff Goldblum, Damon Wayans, and Jim Carrey are dressed up in these outfits, these weird-looking outfits that they're supposed to be aliens, but they look like multicolored chickens in a way. But it's still, man, like this is so goofy, it's so fun, and it doesn't really get a whole lot of attention. I feel like it's like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure earlier in the year. It's like, it's stupid, it's ridiculous, but at least it knows it's stupid. This one really knows it's stupid, and it's having the time of its life doing it. So, yeah, it's a really funny movie. It's one that I don't think a lot of people really talk about all that much, but when I watched it a couple of years ago, I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I had a really good time watching this movie. So over the top, so ridiculous, so hilarious. Earth Girls Are Easy. I mean, what more do you say, man? You gotta check it out if you haven't seen it already. I highly recommend checking it out if you're looking for a good, fun, over-the-top, silly comedy set around these aliens. So, yeah, Earth Girls Are Easy. Pretty fun movie. And with that said, that's going to wrap up this edition of Time About the Movies. Next week, Patrick Swayze in one of his biggest most memorable movies, Roadhouse. We also have How I Got Into College, the sequel to Fright Night Part 2, Miracle Mile, and For Queen and Country. And then after that, on to the blockbuster season we go. So, thank you guys for watching this episode. And as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more of these episodes, check out the playlist on the next page. Check out a previous episode on top of that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another new episode. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. And until then, take care.